Hey Libra, welcome to your October 2024 message of the month. Hi, my name is Kelly Lunt. For those of you who are new to me, I'm an intuitive channel, medium, and law of attraction expert. I love to help you get happy, get your next step in life, and help you enjoy the journey towards your manifestation. Because what's the point of getting a manifestation if you're not going to enjoy the journey to get there? Without further ado, let us get to your reading, Libra. Okay, so your soul level lesson for this month is about like not complicating love. It's like, and it's almost like not putting pressure on love, like because you got the lotuses there. So when like there is that mutual attraction and mutual chemistry there, it kind of looks like you're then either like throwing confusion into it, like, well, maybe that's not how they meant it. Maybe I misread it. Or, so there's a little bit of like you kind of confusing it after the fact, but it also looks like there's a little bit, Libra, of the pressure of, oh man, if they're the one, they'll know this is what I like. They'll know that if they're the one, they'll just know this about me. So there's a little bit of expecting perfection of the person, like from the gate, guys. But relationships are built, and relationships, what's more important than that, like synchronistic flow of everything was just rainbows and magic carpet rides and unicorns. What's more important is if you're a month or two in, if there's conflict, it's like, oh wait, whoa, it's the ease of the conflict resolution. It's the ease of the person willing to have those difficult conversations in a loving way where everyone feels good. And it's more about the like, hey, like that was really cool that you did that for me. Like what? Like, I'm just so curious. What made you want to do that? What was your intention? Like, oh, I was just trying to make the day of your workshop easier. You go, oh, that was so sweet. Thank you so much. It did help me here. Could I share something that would help me a little? Could I share something that I would find really helpful next time? And then you share that. And then it's when they take that action, that's love that's built. That's love that's built to last. It's like letting go the fairy tale from the get go, Libra. In terms of your human level lesson of that is that like love isn't going to be all like fun and frolics. Love is about the, hey, our parents are getting older. How are we going to care for them? Do we want them to live with us? Do we want your parents to live with us? Not mine. And that's not fun and frolics. It's recognizing, I think for you guys, well, hold on, let me pull some cards there. There's a little bit of Libra on the human level. You got to recognize that like you're tired of being alone and you just don't want to be alone anymore. You don't want to like do life alone. Because without the love in your life, like that's that little, I don't want to use the word depression, the lack of inspiration, the lack of creativity, the little bit of like, I'm just not feeling as inspired lately. Deflated. I have like my energy isn't as high as it used to be. It's because you don't have love in your life. And it's because you like strike it down with like this nope. Like you're so ready to like ask people out, like, no, my person has that trait. No, my person wants to cook me lunch every day. Like, but if you start dating someone and everything's there except for that they're not a good cook, you like ask them out instead of saying, like, hey, look, like I really, really like you. I just got to admit, something that I want to experience in my relationship is I love lunch being made to me and like made for me and brought to me. I just feel so loved and connected, or however you want to say it. I know men don't speak that way, but like that's something that I'm looking forward to like my wife doing for me. If the person goes, that's something I could do. What sandwich do you like? I'm not a good cook, so maybe, you're okay if I learn as I go. Like that's your soulmate, not just the person who knows how to like cook from the get-go, because it just seems like you've just been axing people out like, no, they don't know how to cook. No, this, yeah. And guys, that's important. That's the, hey, look, there's chemistry there. Here's all the things I find attractive about you. Like you're an attractive life partner, life mate. But I got to share, I definitely see myself like living this kind of a life in 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now. is like, would you be able to take off and travel that way? And then you gotta, like, hear them out. They'll either be like, "No," or they'll be like, "Yeah, that sounds great, but this would be my reservation." Then you get to talk about it. Like, a life mate and a life partner is something that you build and work together to build. It's not just, I'm a blueprint. Oh my god, now we're happy." Like, you're gonna end up being that, like, 50, 60, 70-year-old who's like, "Guess love just never happened for me." So, Libra, looks like in your recent past, there's, like, no nice way to say this, Libra. This is a bit of a brutal reading for you. It looks like in your recent past, you were trying to, like, overly demonstrate that you want peace and harmony by, like, maybe you guided a conflict resolution talk and guided a, "Hey, let's get back on the same page." But there's a little bit of a lack of acknowledgement that you kinda, like, instigated the fight a little, Libra. It's kind of like if the person was like, "Okay, so you're gonna call me tomorrow at 4 p.m." Like, if you haven't given them much attention lately and they're like, "I need to hear from you. I need to connect with you." And you're like, "Tomorrow, 4 p.m." And then tomorrow, 4 p.m. rolls around, you don't call. Maybe you call 8 p.m. that night or like the next day and you're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, I'm here for you now. What's wrong?" So you like kind of try to play that like peacemaker role and that like, "No, I'm here for you. Like, look how I'm showing up for you." But like, you're not acknowledging the fact that you like kind of helped their mental breakdown happen. Um, because a secure person will just leave. They might hold on, but, like, they will just leave. So the only people you're gonna get with that kind of behavior are, like, unhealthy people, are insecurely either anxious or avoidant attached, um, or cluster B people. Like, secure people will just leave, and even secure people will give you a couple of chances before they just recognize that you're unstable? So putting on the display of, "I'm here, I'm trying to, like, guide the difficult conversation. You're not the one speaking up right now. You're not telling what's on your mind," but, like, you're not and I was like, "Hey, look, I'm so sorry. I was in and out of communication this week. That's not acceptable. I won't be doing that going forward. Let me listen. Let us repair. Let me listen to you." You know, like that's an actual conversation, not just I'm here. You won't talk to me. Like, hello, you just ignored them all week. You know. Okay, in terms of well, your current age right now, you're sad. It looks like that person didn't quite engage in the conversation the way you wanted. It kind of looks like you're a little bit of like Don Juan days, or if you're a girl, what are girls called? Siren days? Seductresses? I don't know the equivalent of a girl. It kind of looks like people aren't just like attaching and clamoring and chasing you like they used to. And it's kind of like because you had so much like lady luck or guy luck when you were younger, you're like, "Oh, okay, when I get older, I'll just pick one." But you weren't developing the healthy relationship habits to like keep them. So it kind of like that's the growth that you're on right now, like how to keep a long-term relationship instead of there's a difference between how to attract someone, how to keep someone obsessed with you, and how to maintain a healthy long-term relationship. Those are different skill sets completely. It looks like going into the future, you are gonna kind of, like, admit, like, "Well, crap, I'm tired of doing life alone." Um, I'm just tired of it being, like, a whirlwind of fun and adventure in my life, followed by, like, low, like, how do I say it? Like, long pauses in excitement, so you're just kinda ready for that, like, day-to-day person, for that, like it's like that daily reminder that you're loved, like, you're gonna start to recognizing that that is special and has meaning as well. Okay. In terms of your personal energy this month, well, your personal power this month, it's how do you go within and do the inner work to recognize, like, how are you an unhealthy partner? What are different traits that you can bring to the table that would make a long-term relationship work? How do you allow yourself to do that, like, self analysis, introspection, that inner work? Without downward spiraling into brooding, into beating yourself up, into just living in your head and anxiety. So, I mean, I'll give you the answer to that one. Law of attraction here. It's universe. You got to state what you want. I'm ready to be a partner where conflict resolution is smooth, where I have a deep sense of confidence and reassurance that attraction and chemistry can maintain even when you're in communication with someone daily. Um, and like, so I'm ready for like to do the like the boring day-to-day routine of life and keep that sexy sparkiness alive. And I'm ready to be there for someone consistently while still feeling reassured that that attraction will keep going. And anything in the way of that, I'm going to clean up, and all the new skill sets, all the new energy I need within me to embody the new me that can maintain a healthy long term relationship, I'm calling in. And that way, you'll just, any inner children that are actually in the way of you experiencing that ask you did, those are the ones that will be cleared up. If you don't do the ask and say, here's what I want to experience, and you just look backwards or look inwards, that's when you're just like cleaning up inner child after inner child after inner child and not getting the tangible results you want. You got to like do that ask so you have that pulling you forward, and only what needs to be cleared to experience that is what gets cleared. Okay, in terms of other people's energies around you this month, our outside influences, well, all I can say is that outside influences, they're not going to like let you off the hook this month. They're going to hold you accountable. And if you can, instead of viewing it as a, oh, they just must not be the one, if you can kind of like detach a little emotionally and just be like, okay, let me hear them, then take what they say, and you could be the one to evaluate, like, was that good information? Was that something I need to get better on? Or was that person just too sensitive or not the right fit? But it's like, if you could be willing to listen to them, you'll be able to glean some golden nuggets about how you can show up better in relationship. And it's almost as if having the, well, I can see that me, and like not calling every day created a lot of chaos and like caused ups and down in your business. What would you have liked for daily communication? Like, would a text have been okay? Would a phone call? Like, I just think if you were willing to ask the people, like, well, what would you have preferred to have happened? Or like, if you could wave a magic wand and have had it all your way, what would it have looked like? If you could like hear the possibilities of what they would have preferred to have happened, you're going to get a lot of insight into different ways you can handle stuff like that going forward, which I think will just be kind of like a little eye-opening for you. In terms of your hopes or fears for this month, well, all I can, a relationship is over. You don't want it to be, because it really looks like you kind of just thought, Libra, that it would be, well, when I get older and I'm ready to marry, I'm just going to pick one of the people around me. And it just looks like that hasn't panned out for you. I already explained why. So it is like a little bit like, crap, I think that relationship was over and I don't get it. Like, I now wanted long-term. I now wanted marriage. So why didn't it work? And like, why is it over? I put out the vibes for like a long-term relationship. Why is it over? Type of energy. And it looks like your outcome for this month. Your outcome for this month is definitely navigating that you think love is complicated. It's like, this is the first month where you're beginning to like be open to being shown how love can be more simple, how like the attraction, the chemistry, the romance can stay alive while also just integrating on like the day to day. There's a book I read that called it Love Life versus, wait, what did they call it? A love story versus a life story. A love story are those like Tristan and Isolde, Romeo and Juliet, where you have that pining, that desire, that like dopamine. Psychology, you could also call it limerence, that obsession with the person, right? Those all end in tragedy though. But then there's like the life story where it's the person that you integrate with on the day to day, navigate keeping a house clean, navigate cooking, navigate like that, just the boring, routine, functional side of life. And like sitting next to them day by day, eating breakfast together, like that's a life story, guys. So like you can't have both at the same time, because by default, a love story has that pining, it has that missing, that desire. Whereas the life story has that pleasure, the thanks for drinking this tea with me on the patio, babe. And you may not have anything to talk about, but like just cuddling and laying your bodies against each other, like that's a recharge. So it's just, this is the month where you're going to begin to be open to like exploring how you can enjoy a life story over a love story. All right, Libra, I hope this video helped. Wishing you lots of love. Don't forget, I go live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern time with a fresh channeled message from Spirit, just to keep the positive momentum in your life going forward. Tuesdays, I go live for free at 11 a.m. with free mini reads in my Facebook, my Instagram group. Those links are in the description. And my October workshop is October 26th this month. I'll leave a link for that in the comments below. Lots of luck this month, Libra.